What's up everyone, my name is Bobby, welcome to my channel DeltaPlayer, and today I've got something very special for you, my top 5 list, my all-time favorite games for the Nintendo 64, the little vacuum cleaner console. Finally on this channel, I cannot wait to bring you guys this list. Let's get started. Number 5. Mario Kart 64 is by far and away the most iconic racing game to ever grace any Nintendo console. I understand the system had hundreds, I'm not kidding you, hundreds of different types of racing games, and most of them involved their beloved characters. Like, I mean, even like the Disney games and stuff like that. Like Diddy Kong Racing was an amazing game. Sadly, Mario Kart was just better. That's all I can say about it. This game has so much said about it, but the plain and simple truth is this game is the best. It's the best racing game, the most level, the most balanced racing game that has ever been on a Nintendo console. Mario Kart 64, one of my favorites. Number 4. Guys, I'm sorry, I had to put this on the list. Battletanks Global Assault was the face of my childhood. I'm not even, like, trying to beat around the bush whenever I try to defend this game, because I have to. This game will never make it on any N64 top 10 list or top 5 list, top 100 list. But for me, this game was so amazing. I loved it so much. I mean, just look at the gameplay. The music that's playing right now was bar none some of the best to ever grace the N64 back in this time period. I love Battletanks Global Assault, this post-apocalyptic game, and who could not love battling tanks? Number 3. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. For my debut video on YouTube, my very first video I made, I have dogged this franchise so hard. I could never truly enjoy it as a child, and now as an adult, I can partake, and I've never liked Zelda. But this game, this one game, was the exception. Ocarina of Time was so beautifully crafted, so perfect, and so amazing. The first Zelda game to grace the N64 was beautiful. The adventure, the challenge. It was always about the adventure. And with Ocarina of Time, there was no shortage of that. Number 2. Super Mario 64. This was one of the best launch titles Nintendo has ever created. I mean, Nintendo had a knack for making launch titles, but this one was the cream of the crop. Super Mario 64 was Mario's first debut 3D platforming game. It was so great, just due to the fact that, like, Nintendo's library at the beginning of N64's lifespan was so small, and Super Mario 64 came in and rescued the system from the dead. Sales were poor at the beginning, but this is the only reason why the console was actually moving off the shelves. Before I offend too many people, I want to take a look at some honorable mentions to some games that may have just barely missed the top 5 spot. Number 1. Flashback to Christmas morning of the year 2000, where I pop in one of the best multiplayer games that Nintendo has ever created. And that game is That's right, Super Smash Bros. HAL Laboratories hit this one out of the park. I mean, how could you not love all of your beloved Nintendo character fan favorites battling out in one mosh pit style game? HAL, in my opinion, had the same instincts as Rareware. They knew what their fans wanted, and they gave it to them. I mean, this game was alien to us back in the 90s. I mean, who would ever think that, like, a game where Mario is battling Pikachu and Samus and Fox McCloud, Ness, Captain Falcon, all these Nintendo fan favorites in one game, and fighting on top of it. This game was so bizarre and so simple, but successful. It worked. Everything about it worked. The multiplayer, even the little campaign it had. I remember some crisp winter mornings whenever I would wake up and find out that my school was delayed. I'd invite my buddies over and we'd all play this game for hours on end. I can't say that nostalgia is not 100% to blame to this being on the top spot. And even if it is, I don't care. This game is perfect. 100% perfect. Did any of your N64 favorites make it on our list? Comment your favorite N64 game and what our next top 5 list should be. Until next time, guys, take care.